Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. The Rogers Sports and Media team has made it a priority to help build a more inclusive Canada, and they're doing that through their all-in initiative, which we're going to get into in more detail in just a moment. But first, we thought we would share this with you.
We're creating space for change,
Progress.
Equity. Reform.
This is a call out, a shout out, a reach out
to help small businesses, charities, and organizations that support equity deserving groups.
Let's promote progress by promoting your brand. We're all in.
Dedicating our production resources and media platforms
To shine a light on your brand.
Apply now at allinforequity.ca.
Allinforequity.ca.
A great initiative being put on by Rogers Sports and Media. And here to tell us more about it, to go into further detail, I'm joined by Sharon Hinds. She's a manager with Rogers Sports and Media All-In Initiative. Sharon, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. And let's talk about how did this concept come to be exactly, Sharon?
So thank you so much for having me. It's very important. This is a really great initiative. And to really give you some background, if you recall the events of 2020, when, we exposed the true extent of systemic racism in Canada, in the Canadian society, and society more generally. At Rogers Sports and Media, our leadership really wanted to take those unprecedented and necessary steps to go even further. And as a Canadian national media company, we felt our leaders and our employees felt that and recognized our unique role using our media megaphone to really amplify difficult conversations. And so we were so proud to launch the All-In initiative, which is an action-focused inclusion and diversity initiative built on 5 pillars: business, community, content, mentorship and sponsorship, and hiring and career advancement practices.
So let's talk about that process. We saw in that PSA that people are welcome to apply for it. What is the application process looking like? What sort of criteria are you looking for?
So right now we're live. So people can apply at www.allinforequity.ca. And some of the criteria is you need to be a Canadian registered charity, non-for-profit organization, community organizations, local businesses that support or identify as BIPOC and non-equity deserving communities eligible for consideration.
Sharon, what did this, this was launched last year. So take us back to last year. What kind of success did we see last year for the initiative?
So we saw some really great success in our inaugural year in 2021. So first of all, we received more than 550 submissions. The partners that were selected were Black Biblio, Friends of Ruby, Canadian Women in Sport, Spirit North, and Big Brothers Big Sisters. So over the course of last year, we customized partner campaigns, which drove some really strong results and engagement. Big Brothers Big Sisters achieved an increase of 220% in donations and 612% in unique page views. Black Biblio had 409% increase in reach with Canadians. Canadian Women in Sport, their web traffic increased 137%, and they had unique web visitors jumped like 276%. And Friends of Ruby, they experienced 100% increase in donations, while Spirit North, their recognition and awareness with a 22% increase in brand familiarity. So a lot of success across the board.
Sharon, I looked at your long list of accomplishments, and I won't go through them all because I'd run completely out of time. But I would say, you're proud of all of them. But one thing that sort of stood out for me was that you created the first Rogers Inclusion Film Festival. Can you touch on that festival for me?
So yes, so it's the Rogers Inclusion Film Festival, and what was so good about that was really showcasing the talents of Black Canadian women. If everyone remembers her from wrestler, back then she was Tanya Lee Williams. She now goes as Tanya Williams, and she's the founder of the Real World Film Festival. We had Fabian Colas, who is the founder of the Montreal Black Film Festival and the Toronto Black Film Festival, and Francis, who is Solomon, who is the Caribbean Film Festival. So these amazing women, we got together and we showcased this short film called Pick, which talked about a young girl in school and, going through the issues that women of color and Black women face with their hair. And so we showcased this virtually across our Rogers employees. It was a really great session. And hearing about these women talk about their challenges as women in film and their companies as well. It was a great event.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Sharon, thanks so much for spending time with us. Really appreciate it. Going to remind everybody again that the deadline for application is February the 13th. Really encourage you to head over to allinforequity.ca. That's allinforequity.ca. We'll be back with more right after this.